Tonight just felt really, really good for our ladies. Had a tough couple days, not playing up to expectation. But tonight, we just really put it on them that who do you want to be? And tonight they showed us who they are.
I'm going to start with questions just for the student athletes, please.
For either of you guys, seeing an opponent twice in 9 days isn't super common. Two very different games between the Robins Center and here tonight. What felt so different, besides the fact that you guys obviously won this game, but what else felt different?
Our energy was through the roof. I feel like we came together. We pulled through. It's been a hard-fought battle this last week, so we came together and got the win.
Kennedy, noticed that you went out after looks like you got kind of closed out on the ankle there. Can you talk a little bit about like your toughness playing through that, because you came back and hit some pretty big buckets at the end of the game?
Just get back up, just a little roll. Get back out there, keep playing until the final buzzer goes off.
I guess this is a question for both of you guys, but defensively, obviously a great game. Holding a team under 40 points is pretty impressive. Jada, for you, I think that you had a couple really good interceptions in there. Almost thought I was watching Patrick Surtain. What do you have to say about getting defensive stops and how that plays a role in sparking your offense, especially when you're keeping possessions with your offensive rebounding?
Yeah, I think our defense, that really motivates our offense. Just when we get stops like that, it just definitely builds the momentum on the other end. But just us knowing the scout and just being in the right place at the right times, it really helped us win today.
Thank you. And same thing for you, Kennedy. How does defense? I mean, you both had three steals. How does defense spark your offense?
Just like Jada says, it's like the energy driver for us. As we get stops, it just turns into transition buckets for us.
Hey, ladies, you all had a big third quarter, winning that third quarter 17-8. Was there a message either from coach or from captains during the halftime that really fueled that run?
It wasn't really a message. We knew what we needed to do. We needed to keep our foot on the gas and not let up. We didn't want to take pressure off of them at all. So, yeah.
Thanks, players.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give me that phone. Let me tell him you busy right now.
Coach, this turns out to be your highest ranked net win that you guys have had in your tenure here at Mason. How good does this one feel? It wasn't the prettiest game, I think, by any stretch, but how good does this one feel, especially after Saturday and the game at Richmond last week?
Oh, it definitely feels great. I guess I would say it's about time. We are really good at just getting it out of the mud. However we have to get it, we're going to chop wood and carry the pail. And this last week has really been, a challenge for us, really challenging our players to say, who do you want to be? You got to show up to be who you want to be, not who you say you want to be. And you got to do that every night. And so tonight felt really good. It didn't feel as good, I would say, for me, as I felt for watching my players feel good about what they did.
And Coach, noticed a really good game that you had from Awa Kamara here. Can you talk a little bit about just putting her or the way that you were able to succeed defensively with the matchup that she had, especially on Maggie Dugan? I saw a lot of that matchup throughout the game.
Yeah, she knew she had a tall task. Maggie is arguably one of the best players, in our league, and night in, night out, she shows up for her team. And I don't even want to take a lot away from, we had a great win, but we beat a really good Richmond team. The A-10 conference is really solid from, some really great teams in this conference, and I really hope that, we get the nod that we should get and the respect. She stopped a really great player, a player that could definitely go pro, so take nothing away from Richmond. They're a great squad, but tonight I was locked in. She knew what she had to do, and she was relentless.
Coach, you guys already obviously played this team not too long ago, last week basically, and you hold one of the top A-10 scoring teams to just 37 points. What was the defensive game plan heading into this game, and what did you tell your girls throughout to keep them locked in?
Our only key tonight was to play hard for 40 minutes. I don't care about offense. Obviously, we've had our woes, and they're going to figure it out because we know that they can put the ball in the hole. But you just don't major on the minor right now. We can't focus on that. If we're not scoring, they're not scoring. That was the mindset. 40 minutes, relentless.
Last question.
Coach, you mentioned that y'all might have not have been scoring as much this game, but they didn't score. Can you talk about Zaza? She's might be in a little bit of an offensive slump right now. How are you encouraging her to dig herself out of this one?
Yeah, we just keep telling her we believe in her. And so tonight's focus wasn't on them scoring because obviously we know it's just been an Achilles heel for right now. Because if you play defense, you have another way to impact the game. And so we focused on how can you still impact the game if your shots aren't going in. I don't want any heads dropping. I don't want any of those things. I mean, Richmond started out with 4 blocks. Like, you could have went into the tank, especially the way we've been playing. But our only key was to play relentless for 40 minutes.